But wenn wir einfach die da lassen und die Leute können sich selber. Ja, danke. Hare Krishna. So, today we really want to cultivate our love for Shri and Bhagavatam Mahan, and especially for Shri Radharani. So, actually, she loves plums. And especially if the plums is cooked into a chocolate, that is very favorable for her. Yes. And so many gifts has come to the altar. It's so wonderful. So we are reading just one verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam today. We had like a normal Sunday feast also. I think some guests are also there for the Sunday feast. Some came extra for Radharani. So we have like a mixed publicum, mixed gathering. So one verse is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam which is very, very beautiful. And I was inspired just by seeing the sun over Srila Prabhupada to choose this verse for today. So next Sunday we have a special celebration where we worship Srimad Bhagavatam. Once a month there's a special worship of Srimad Bhagavatam, and therefore we speak from Bhagavatam today and not from the Bhagavad Gita. So please just chant the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Namaskam Bhagavate Dhammam Saha Kalo Nashto Sameshram Purana Kotunidita. So we are in the third chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, and this chapter is called Krishna is the source of all incarnations. And here it says, this Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. So persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Purport. Lord Shri Krishna has his eternal Dharma, or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his external energy. When he descends in the material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, also called Atmamaya. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, Atmamaya, his form, his name, his fame, his paraphernalia, all are not, therefore, creations of matter. He descends to reclaim the fallen souls and to re-establish the code of religion, which are directly enacted by him. Except God, no one can establish the principle of religion. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the code of religion. Real religion means to know God, or our relation with him. Our duties in relation with him is to know ultimately our destination after leaving this body. So the verse again, This Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to this dense age of darkness, the age of Kali, shall get light from this Purana. So, in this verse, it's very beautiful how Krishna, he cares so much that when he was here personally, today we were hearing so many things about Radharani and so many pastimes of Krishna, very intimate, how Krishna is having his pastimes in Vrindavan with all the coward boys and all the coward girls, and how everybody is like completely absorbed in devotion, and also how many of these pastimes are like tricky, you know. Krishna gets angry, Radha gets angry. It's very intimate, very confidential pastimes. But Krishna, he cares so much for us that when he rounds up all the pastimes within the material world, he takes his whole, you could call it traveling roadshow, his whole Vrindavan, all his intimate associates, all his paraphernalia, everything goes back to the transcendental realm with Krishna. But Krishna, he cares so much that he leaves behind the Bhagavad Purana. And within the Bhagavad Purana, those who are lost within this age can get shelter, can take shelter. It's Krishna personally. He has practically come in the form of a book. And he will be personally there to interact with us in this form. We have to open the book, and then he will be personally there and guide us. So when we read the Bhagavatam and when we hear about the transcendental realm, for some of us it may be there may be some doubt. Is there really a transcendental realm, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss, where every step is a song, every step is a dance, every word is a song, and there's a festival every day? Is there such a place? Is it a reality? Is there really such a place? So if ever such a doubt had been in your heart at any point in time, you just have to look at Srila Prabhupada, because you just have to analyze Srila Prabhupada and his activities, and then you can understand such a great saintly personality could not come from this material realm. He had to be a messenger of this higher transcendental realm. Just his whole persona, all his activities, all the things he did, everything. It's like a proof there is a transcendental reality. Even if we didn't really accept it, maybe we first came and think, oh, the material world, this is all there is. I only believe in things I can see with my own eyes. And this can be there. Especially if one is very engrossed in the material existence, this would be like the normal understanding. If I can see it, I believe it. But when you see Srila Prabhupada, then you can understand there is such a thing as the transcendental realm. One time, one devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada, is it really true that Krishna is blue? That Krishna is a small boy and he plays on a flute? So this was very, very early, maybe 67, 68, something. One of the girls were asking Srila Prabhupada, is this really true that Krishna is blue? So there were some doubts. Is there really a transcendental realm like that? And Srila Prabhupada's answer was very simple and very pure. He said, you think I would cheat you? Of course not. Srila Prabhupada was so pure, so transcendental, and he was just giving. And when Srila Prabhupada was a boy and was a young man, his father, every time a saint would come to Prabhupada's house, Srila Prabhupada was asked the same please bless my son, that he become a servant of Srimati Radharani. So this was like the main concern of his father. Not that he become like a very learned scholar or big businessman, or at one time he even had an opportunity to go to London, but his father said, no, better not. Better you stay in India, you learn Madanga, you learn harmonia, you study the scriptures. Srila Prabhupada's father, he had a very deep concern for his son, that he should get blessings of Srimati Radharani. And there is a very beautiful song that Srila Prabhupada wrote when he was traveling on the Jaladuta. I will just read the introduction to this song. It's in the songbook. So it's the prayer to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So this is the 13th of September, 1965. He wrote this. So Friday on the 10th of September, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, Srila Prabhupada, on a steamer bound to America, wrote in his diary, "Today the ship is flying very smoothly. I feel today better, but I am feeling separation from Sri Vrindavan and my Lord, Sri Govinda, Sri Gopinath, and Radha Damodar. My only solace is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which I am tasting the nectar of the Lord Chaitanya's Leela. I have left Bharata Bhumi just to execute the order of Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in pursuance of Lord Chaitanya's order. I have no qualification, but I have taken up the risk just to carry out the order of His divine grace. I depend fully on their mercy, so far away from Vrindavan." And 3 days later, he wrote this song. So what had happened just prior to his entry in the diary here is that he had had a heart attack. And then a few days later, there was another heart attack. And then, therefore, he's saying now the boat is, there's a whole description how he had a vision, how Krishna was protecting the boat in the form of the Dasavatars, the 10 special incarnations of the Lord. And then after that, the ocean became much more calm, and then he felt very protected. And when he wrote this song, there's a refrain which this song, between every single verse, Krishna tabe punya habe e punya karibe jabe Radharani kusha habe dhruva ati boide tomatai. And Srila Prabhupada he's singing, "I emphatically say to you, O brothers, you will obtain the good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you." So Srila Prabhupada, all his endeavor was how to be the perfect servant of Srimati Radharani, how to be the perfect servant of his spiritual master. And it is only this mercy which is the reason why we can sit here today, because Srila Prabhupada had this mercy. He got the mercy of Srimati Radharani. He became the pure representative to bring this message. And in this song, he's also speaking about the previous acharyas and how they had this deep desire that the holy name should be spread in every village, every town, every country, every continent, that the holy name should go everywhere. So this mission of giving the holy name, this became his main focus, but only with the mercy of Srimati Radharani. It was not a thing he did like independently. He did it because he was given that mercy and that mission from all the previous teachers in the line of disciplic succession. And we know from scripture and also just from being within the community of devotees that we can actually only come to Krishna if somebody speaks for us, if somebody gives their good opinion of us. We cannot go to Krishna directly. And therefore, Srimati Radharani, she's like the most important person for us, because she is the one who has to recommend us, who has to engage us in the service of Krishna. So today we have the opportunity to hear a lot about her and to understand some of her qualities. There are 25 primary qualities of Srimati Radharani, which are very dear to all the devotees, and the more we try to uh, understand her qualities, the more we can actually have some affection for her. You cannot have affection for something or somebody that you don't know. So one of our main activities is we have to figure out and we have to come to know who is actually Srimati Radharani. How is her character? How is her persona? How is her mercy coming to us? And we have this list of her qualities, which are very beautiful. You can find them somewhere. You just Google Radharani's 25 transcendental qualities, and you will have a beautiful list of qualities of Srimati Radharani. But for us, right here, right now, Radharani, she has come in a very special transcendental form. And this is the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Krishna Namahiranya. He is the most close incarnation to us right now at this moment. And he is also the most merciful. Namo Mahavadanyaya. So actually, for us, it may be more easy to approach Krishna and Radharani through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if we go this route, if we take this way to worship the holy name and worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the mercy comes very naturally, very easy. And one of the most important things to actually get any understanding of who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha, who is Krishna. One of the most, the easiest way to actually approach is to give the holy name to somebody else. Give prasadam to somebody else. Give books to somebody else. As soon as you start to give, you get. It's a kind of like a transcendental it doesn't apply within the material world. It's like a transcendental law. In the material world, the more you give, the more you lose. You know, if you give up all your money, then you have no more money. Yeah, but the transcendental science is completely different. The more you give, if you give transcendental knowledge, if you give the holy name to others, you will actually have an insight and a realization of it for yourself, which is much more than you could have with your own endeavor. You couldn't have come to this kind of deeper realization of the nectar of the holy name or the qualities of Radharani. But if you give it, then somehow it comes to you in a very natural and very beautiful way. So on this day, we get a lot of mercy. So much mercy was coming now during the Abhishek. We will have now a nice kirtan. We will sing. Everybody can offer a small candle. We will after the arati, we will serve prasadam. So there will be a big feast also served. So everybody is getting some mercy. So think about how can I give what I have gotten to somebody else. This is like, if we try to endeavor in this way, how can I give? Then we don't need to care about ourselves. It will be automatically bestowed upon us. So we will, now it's almost 3 o'clock. I think doors will soon open. Yes. Maybe there's some small comment, realization of the mercy today. Say something? Yeah, bye bye. Yes.
say, without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, we cannot approach the craft.
Yes.
And we have these names, and you say, without the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we cannot approach Krishna.
Yes.
And each other festival, there is another avatar. They said, without his mercy, we cannot approach Krishna.
They are all interconnected. And they are actually, this is a very interesting thing. Oh, we have to start the kirtan. But we have to get the mercy. That's the whole point. We can speak later, Parvati, but it's a very, they are all interconnected. They are all like a net. They are net trying to catch us.
Already, it's a solution for that. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.